Okay. All right. So I've got my iPhone rolling. So if you wouldn't mind giving me your full name and your title, please.
I'm Kelly Williams. I'm the administrator of the Senior and Long-Term Care Division in the Department of Public Health and Human Services.
All right. One of the reasons I called you folks is because I saw a news article in the Associated Press about how so many people in America are not making plans for, the possibility of needing long-term care, thinking A, it won't happen to me, and B, even if it does happen to me, there's always Medicare to pick up the cost. So, Kelly, if you wouldn't mind addressing those particular thoughts from your perspective as working for the state.
Sure. Yeah, I think people always don't expect to have to use long-term care services, especially when they're in their 40s and 50s. But we do know that the aging demographic in the state of Montana, we are an aging state. We're going to potentially rank fifth or third in the nation in the percentage of those over age 65 by 2025. So definitely focusing on planning and education, that is what Senior and Long-Term Care Division does a lot of for our seniors and for family members who have seniors.
Sure. Now, Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, just a quick definition from your perspective, what is long-term care?
Long-term care is the need for services over a long period of time. Typically, they are medically focused services. They historically were services that were delivered in nursing facilities and those types of settings, more institutional settings. But in the current situation, long-term care can be an array of services that are delivered to people in their homes and in their communities that help sustain them with medical support so that they don't have to go into a nursing facility, or it delays their need to go into that higher level of service.
Okay. So now, if I may ask, what are the range of costs that we can, realistically look at if someone in our family needs long-term care?
In Montana, if you're going to be in a nursing facility and paying privately, it could be in excess of $77,000 a year, or about $6,000 to $7,000 a month that you'd have to pay out of pocket. If you were Medicaid eligible, where you met the financial criteria for needing Medicaid assistance, Medicaid would pay about $62,900 a year for that care, or about $5,000 a month for that care. So pretty astronomical cost for a year of services. Definitely necessary services, but not inexpensive services that would be delivered in those nursing facilities.
All right. So with that in mind, let's say we're in our 40s or 50s. How can we start preparing for this?
I think you can educate yourself on all of the resources and tools that are out there. There are a lot of good resources that are out there specifically for planning. A lot of them are on our Department of Public Health and Human Services website under our Senior and Long-Term Care Division. There is a consumer guide to long-term care insurance that walks through making decisions about long-term care and how you might purchase insurance in your 40s and 50s that might help cover some of the cost of long-term care services. The Commissioner of Securities and Insurance has a really good document that talks about how you could make choices. Do you really, can you afford long-term care insurance, and just what the benefits are for that? There's a lot of other planning tools on our Senior and Long-Term Care website as well that walk through planning for a guardianship or an advance directive, and just understanding long-term care costs and how Medicaid can help with those costs.
Sure. Now, I've noticed you've used the word Medicaid and not Medicare, and that's one thing that people who are just thinking, well, if all else fails, Medicare will take care of this for me. Is that an option?
Medicare is an option. It's available to those individuals who are 65 and older or have a disability. They can be younger than that. But Medicare's long-term care benefit is a limited benefit, so it focuses on post-hospital types of service that might be rehabilitative in nature, so that you could get back to your home or your community. So that benefit only pays for 100 days of care in any benefit period. So and days 1 through 20 are Medicare pays the full cost for that, and days 21 through 100, if you still meet the skilled criteria and need that level of service, you would have a copayment along with that, and then Medicare would pay as well. But after 100 days, then you would be considered private pay for the most part, and be looking at those private pay costs to continue to provide for your care in the nursing facility setting, or would meet Medicaid financial criteria potentially, and then Medicaid would assist you with covering some of those costs.
Okay, so what is your advice to our listeners? We've got an average of 20,000 listeners a day on KGVO here in Missoula and western Montana. And of course, this will be up on our website too. What would you advise them, the first thing they need to do, like today?
I think they need to become more educated, and like I said, there's a lot of resources that we have provided all in one place on the Department of Public Health and Human Services webpage under Senior and Long-Term Care Aging Services, that talk about all of the different types of options and tools that you could use to figure out what's best for you. We also have an Aging Horizons TV show that we run every Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it provides education on a wide array of topics that are out there that are impacting seniors and those people that are planning for long-term care.
Great.